in a very short time of the passing of Tupac, although it was released after his
Yeah.
his death. But tell me about your relationship with him.
Well, it's funny because I didn't know much about his music, and so I met him very much in an acting situation, and he was such a beautiful actor. He was so sensitive and really, really talented, and he was kind of a kid, you know, he was 24 years old, and I remember we used to have a real laugh, and he used to call me Lamb Chop. And I didn't quite understand what that meant for a while, but apparently it's because I was a lean piece of meat, which didn't offend me. I thought it was. I knew that was a positive.
Better than a buffalo rib, I guess. Right? It could have been worse. Did you know at the time when you were shooting the film with Tupac, you weren't familiar with his music?
Not really. I mean, I knew who he was, but I hadn't really listened to much of his music during the film, and obviously after the movie, I really got into it.
But at that point, he was probably at the center of a highly publicized rap rival, and what inevitably ended up to be.
It's so weird, you know, because I never saw a side to him that was aggressive or anything like that. He was just a guy making his movie.
And did you come to learn and like his music later?
Oh God, absolutely.
So now you know his music now. Was he a better musician or actor? I mean, I think he was great at both.
It's hard to say because he kind of just started out with his acting. He made a few films, but I think there was a long way for him to go. I think he could have just become really, really special. He was already great and really instinctive when I was working with him, but yeah, he would have been amazing.
As an actor, do you think, or have you noticed, or maybe you can even comment on the fact in the community of acting with some people like, let's say Eminem is coming out with this movie 8 Mile and everybody's talking really about it. Is there any sense of animosity from an actor whose craft they work at every day, and then someone comes from an already successful world like Tupac or Eminem, and they're standing opposite them and they're sharing the light in your craft? Is there any sense of like, it's just not fair, this person's good at two things?
I don't know. I mean, I come from dancing, and yet I switched to acting. I think if you trained in the arts, or if it's something that you do, it just seems kind of inevitable that you're going to try something else as well. It's just because, I mean, even in a movie, you've got music, there's everything going on to make the film. So I think that, I mean, for me personally, I love it because not only do they bring themselves, they bring their whole world with them. I learned about Tupac's music. I learned about, you know, his history, where he comes from, and all of that is really inspiring. So no, I don't.